New this morning, we are getting a better look at the governor's plan to curb algae blooms on the Treasure Coast. It was just yesterday Governor Rick Scott presented his proposal for this year's state budget. WPTV News Channel 5's Charlie Keegan joins us from the St. Lucie River with how this budget does and does not address those discharges from Lake O.
Mike, obviously the water is such a huge part of our way of life and of our economy here in South Florida, and the water that goes from Lake Okeechobee here through the Stewart Locks out into the Treasure Coast is partially to blame. Scientists and many business owners are partially blaming all that water from Lake Okeechobee for causing those terrible and toxic algae blooms that we've seen along the Treasure Coast. Now, Senate President Joe Negron, a senator from Stewart, filed a bill earlier this year that would have the state buy land south of Lake Okeechobee, turn it into a reservoir, and then store water from Lake Okeechobee there, and then that water wouldn't have to go out to the Treasure Coast. But there is no funding for that proposal in Governor Scott's budget. Now, our partners at TC Palm spoke with Senator Negron about all this. He told the newspaper that he did not expect Governor Scott to put this in his budget, and he is ready now to convince the governor and the legislature that this reservoir needs to be funded. Now, Governor Rick Scott did set aside some money in the budget for reservoirs that are already under construction or already planned on both the east and west sides of Lake Okeechobee. And there are several other proposals in the governor's budget about the environment specific to the algae blooms that he wants to address. It starts with cleaning the Indian River Lagoon. It also has budget money set aside for dredging muck from the waterways in our area. And lastly, the governor is proposing to actually launch and start from scratch a grant program that would help cities and homeowners convert from septic systems to sewer systems and help keep some pollution out of the water and eliminate some of the algae. In Stewart, Charlie Keegan, WPTV News Channel 5.